2022, I was like, no, we have to change. We can't, yes, it is good to be a jack of all trades, but even the trades we are in, they are already broad themselves. So we decided to specialize in only two things, gardening and bees. Tap, tap, tap. You're going to change the outlook here. If you're the gardener, we have to really sound the gardener. I'm Joseph Atwefafa. I'm a gardener and beekeeper. Hey, you can call me Beez or the gardener, whatever, depending on whatever field you find me. Some prefer calling me the gardener, some prefer calling me Beez or Mr. Beez, whatever.
In this documentary, I'm taking you through Mr. Beez or Joseph Atwefafa's story and how he got into the gardening business. He'll also be answering some questions in relation to gardening, and I'll say a thing or two based off what he says. So enjoy the documentary.
It's going to be our showroom. Of course, rock gardens there and so on, with different garden designs, planters, plants. Whereas here it's going to be like a lounge if anyone has visited us. But of course, and it will also be an extension of the showroom. So basically from up down here, it is a showroom. Man, my story is quite long. When I left home, when I was resettled in 2016, I tried, of course, to find a way of trying to raise my tuition and something like that. But of course, I wouldn't raise the whole of my tuition. I had, thank God for my mukade. She used to pay my tuition, and somehow from the side hustles I used to do at a honey and coffee cooperative, I would of course get some upkeep for my school and stuff like that. Yeah, so when I moved to Kampala in 2020, of course I came to do a Boundless Minds course, and then of course I was also interning with Stanbic Bank at the same time. Then the course was 3 months. Also the internship at Stanbic was 3 months. As a young man, I'm like, man, what happens after the 3 months? Enter inside here. This is our reception. And yeah, the team will be, I think we'll have our logo here, the gardener with our services, garden furniture, bees and supplies. This is going to be the team space. So if we are co-building or doing a meeting, we will be right here. This is the kitchen. Don't mind the kitchen. We'll sub-rent it to someone. I don't know who. So that's where I meet my colleague Douglas, and then we ideate something. I share ideas with him. What if we do gardening for people? What if we do rabbits? Like those small projects that someone can have in their home. And that's how we come up with an idea of starting a geek consultancy firm. Well, I know it is complex. A standing for agriculture, geek meaning genius, so agriculture genius, something like that. Yeah, so 2020, 2021, we're consulting in beekeeping, urban gardening, rabbits, hydroponic systems, aquaponic systems, and mushrooms. And 2022, I think, I was like, no, we have to change. We can't, yes, it is good to be a jack of all trades, but even the trades we are in, they are already broad themselves. So we decided to specialize in only two things, gardening and bees. Let us be known for only two things, gardening and bees.
When you specialize, you're able to provide your target market with a superior value proposition over businesses that generalize in a related field. Or like bees, you stop yourself from getting overwhelmed by the different needs of those different businesses. In essence, becoming a bigger fish in a smaller pond, as opposed to the other way around.
This is going to be our other space for different plants, different garden furniture, kids play area. Different plants are also going to be there. This is going to be storage for our metal and wood. Then of course another heart of the business is right inside here. This is going to be our workshop, and this workshop is going to be soundproof, that our neighbors are not going to be inconvenienced by whatever we are going to be doing here. So both metal and wood. Yeah, I think that's it. That's me taking you around. I don't think you'll need to see where you'll need to ease yourself if you visit us. Yeah, welcome to the gardener, or the gardener's world. Well, still under construction. When you speak of a farm, someone has to think of what? At least an acre having maybe tomatoes and what. But when I speak of urban gardening, it is someone can grow their herbs and spices on their balconies, in their backyard, in their compound. But we have also since morphed into what landscape gardening and the likes. So it's not only about herbs, spices, vegetables, which is actually our core. Like we would like majority of urban dwellers to access majority of the herbs and spices, first of all, when they are fresh and organic, because majority of the markets, yes, if you find them fresh, they're not organic. If they're organic, they're not fresh, so you find them stale. But if you have a balcony garden or a backyard garden or a big garden in your compound, you're sure of what you'll be eating, you're sure of what you'll be putting into your body. So I can't sell them, you can't sell them. Come and put 180. Come. 180,000. Gardening itself is beauty. Gardening itself, to me, is gardening. It is a whole experience of its own. It's not just something that I'll go and set up and go away. The beauty with it is when you're gardening, all your mind, all your heart is in the soil, all your brain, everything. There is that special connection you have with the plant. The same way someone who loves dogs will say, man, I like my dog. You know, so it's the same experience this way. When you're gardening, there is some special connection you have with the plants. Besides from the beauty, someone will see that, yeah, this plant looks nice. There's also beauty in connecting with the plants. That experience is also beautiful. Yeah.
As with many other passions, there's always that sense of completeness you feel when you're doing something you truly love. The ease with which you get things done, something very crucial for someone who's getting into any kind of business.
Are using seeds, are using seedlings. For us to dwell in seedlings. So yeah, we give people seedlings. What kind of plant are you having? Are they flowers? Are they vegetables, herbs and spices? Because those ones usually have different growth periods and stuff. In a nutshell, anywhere between 2 weeks to forever. But averagely about a month, someone can begin eating from their balcony or backyard garden. Yeah, but while it is for flowers, for it to attain that beautiful in the 6 months is the average. I only hope I remember whatever I said previously.
I hope so.
Methods used to nurture and care for the plant. I think, first of all, the soil we use, because of course, even if the plant is good without giving it the best nutrients required for its growth, it won't work. So we make our own soil. We understand, depending on the kind of plants and where. If it's a balcony garden, of course, it's a different mixture of soil. If it's going into the ground, landscape gardening or backyard, that's a different one also. Our soil is one way, and then also, of course, the watering techniques. We advise and encourage our clients to water their plants quite often. The quality of seedlings we use, you might have the best watering techniques. You can even water, I don't know, in whatever angle. But if the seedling is not kawa, of course, it won't work. So yeah, the quality of soil, watering techniques, and then also the quality of seedlings and seeds. The other thing, maybe you will ask what pests and diseases and so on. We don't use those chemicals for spraying and so on. There are some organic remedies we use, but if at all we see that it has increased in intensity, we just usually uproot. We don't encourage chemical use whatsoever in our clients' compounds. Yeah.
Good branding by the way, because before I plant in Google, as soon as we plant,
Good branding.
So if you're an advocate for nature and you like to keep everything natural, the Gardener's World is the perfect place to go and buy yourself some plants. They're located in Kennethdale along Kira Road. It's a simple favor that I can do for them for getting me to tell this story.
We used to do this thing, I think we might bring it back. We used to test, like, on a scale of 1 to 5, how green is our client's thumb, so that we know how much help we'll give them or how much time they'll give to their plants. And so yeah, that's a very nice question. I'll go back to the drawing board. But of course, we follow up with our clients. When we give you our product, we want it to work for you, so we will follow up to the dot. How is it doing and so on. The first check-ins will be weekly for a period of 1 month. Then by like twice a month for about 3 months. Then we'll always do one check-in after like a quarter and so on. Yeah, but usually the balcony gardens don't require much time. You'll only need to water in the evening. I always recommend, my team members always also recommend watering. If you miss, please don't miss in the evening, because when you water in the evening, the water will soak into the soil, the plant will absorb it well. By the time the sun comes up, by transpiration, it will of course move through the plant, as opposed to watering in the morning. The sun comes up and before the plant takes it up, the water has evaporated. So if you miss in the morning, no problem, don't miss in the evening. Yeah, but of course, if you're getting a plant, just like someone is getting a dog, please at least have the time for it. Be dedicated, give some attention. No one to go, let the plant not die on you. Mostly cactus, don't kill a cactus. Yeah.
I've killed an aloe vera plant before myself, and not because I didn't water it, but because I overwatered it, which is not ideal for an aloe vera plant. Good thing is that I wasn't running a business when I was caring for my aloe vera plant. It would have costed me a lot. Always do research before getting started with any kind of business. Just like Beez, your clients will be happy to work with you because of your professional advice.
Please get more money. This is now 250. And well, whether this kind of business or what kind of business, I always tell people 2 things. Take your time to understand your product. Take your time to understand your client. Understand your market. Young people, we take a lot of time chasing for grants here and there. Hey, I need money to do this, need money. But what is it going to do? Take your time to understand your product. Take your time to understand your customer. Break them down, segments, whatever. If there are different segments with different products, try to understand that. And then, of course, just take your time to build and build in public. It took us what? The current balcony garden design we have it's the 6th really. It took us 5 different products or stages to come up with this one that has now what? Everyone wants it, because it has gone through a test of time. Over the past 3 years is what we were doing. We're trying to refine something that someone in the urban setting with just a balcony can grow their herbs and spices. So take your time to build the product, identify your clients, understand your clients' pains and needs. Yeah. Just that, really.
There you go, everything you need to start a gardening business. There's some videos I haven't put out in this documentary and I wouldn't want you to miss, so do check out my Patreon. It's going to be in the description below. And if you want to support me on this channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. Thank you.
Hi, the launch was very beautiful. It was amazing. I mean, people coming through and showing us some love, buying stuff and asking questions and placing orders. Very lovely. I started off getting excited and scared at the same time, but it was beautiful. Thank you.
It's not by